Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dan and Alina. Happy birthday to you. Started that a little high. We'll change keys next year. And I thought it needed more cowbell. So we're going to start with time final medley relays. And as we have done in previous days, we will swim our two top-seeded heats with the finals tonight. So heats 1 and 2, particularly in I believe in most of them, the early heats will swim here this morning. So the live stream is now up. We welcome, 42 people already watching from corners as far afield as Mission Viejo, California. So welcome those of you following the meet on live stream. We are going to have some serious fun here this morning. As we wait for the official start time of 9:45, we remind you that in the lobby we've got apparel, caps, t-shirts, fun stuff for sale from You Betcha Designs. Also our photographers, We Got Game, and Elsmore Swim Shop. So please head to the lobby if you don't have a swimmer in the water and check out our vendors and sponsors. At 3, 2, 1, it's 9:45. We are ready for the girls 11 and 12 200-yard medley relay. Heat 1. Lane 2 is Red Wing, A with Ainsley, Everly, Kinsey, and Ellie. Lane 3, North Star, A with Dorianne, Emma, QA, and Sloan. Lane 4, West Express, B with Olivia, Leah, Ileana, and Avery. Lane 5, South Metro Storm, A with Liliana, Nora, Maddox, and Ella. Lane 6, Hastings, A with Annette, Cynthia, Charlotte, and Peyton. And this is North Star in the water first. The QA. And North Star will drop anchor with Sloan Qualley. And North Star sets the pace, 2:11.69. Heat 2. Lane 1, Velocity A with Abby London. Birthday girl Alina. Ruby, Sophia, and Martha. Lane 3, Sea Devils with Josie, Bryn, Britt, and Haley. Lane 4 is Tuna with Eliana, Janie, Sonia, and Colette. Lane 5, Sems B with Emma, Olive, Nima, and Athena. Lane 6, North Suburban A with Clara, Maya, Vivian, and Lucy. Lane 7, Rochester B with Bianca, Alice, Nora, and Maya. And Lane 8, Hurricanes B with Hadley, McKinley, Clara, and Natalie. Sonia swimming butterfly for Tuna. Chasing is Bryn in lane 3 with the yellow Sea Devil cap. And Tuna in the water first. And a hot anchor leg for Colette, and 27.98. Tuna puts up a 2:07.27. Next up is the boys 11 and 12 200 medley relay. Heat 1. In lane 3, Red Wing A with Jackson, Phoenix, Jay, and Kellen. Lane 4, Tiger Sharks A with Nick, Luke, Ryan, and Jack. And lane 5, Lifetime A with Sanjam, Max, Teddy, and Levi. And Phoenix maintaining the lead. Jackson Mon got Red Wing off to a great start. Now the flyer for Red Wing, Jay Cody. And Red Wing still hanging on to the lead. Lifetime in lane 5, challenging. And looking for all the world like Lifetime in lane 5. And there's a 224.99 to start us off. Heat 2. In lane 1, we have Hurricanes B with Caleb, Braden, Evan, and Blake. Lane 2, West Express B with Cooper, Crosby, Veer, and Baston. Lane 3, Tuna B with Ethan, AJ, Will, and Henrik. Lane 4, Great Wolf A with Drew, Isaac, Nicholas, and Nolan. Lane 5, Edina B with Jack, Austin, Lucas, and Wyatt. Lane 6 is Sam's Southeast Metro Sharks B with Michael, Jaden, Grayson, and Matthew. Lane 7, Riptide B with Michael, Austin, Darren, and Titus. And lane 8 is the Sea Devils A with Henry, Ruben, Jackson, and Rory. And this is Nicholas Heisel for Great Wolf. Terrific fly leg for Nicholas, 29.55. Hot swim for Nick. And Great Wolf will ankle with Nolan. And Great Wolf, 206.09. And now we move on to the girls 13-14 to Med. Heat 1. In lane 1, Hastings A with Grace, Jenna, Sophia, and Aubriella. Lane 2, Monticello A with Alyssa, Marin, Eiley, and Kendall. Lane 3, North Star A with Lydia, Britta, Addison, and Marin. Lane 4, Hurricanes B with Lauren, Josie, Evelyn, and Kayla. Lane 5, Sems A with Emma, Aubrey, Allison, and Elena. Lane 6, Rochester B with Vivian, Corinna, Addie, and Eloise. Lane 7, Wright County Waves with Lydia, Paige, Estelle, and Brooke. And North Star in the lead. This is Addison Malman, swimming butterfly for the North Stars. But Allison in lane 5. I'm sorry, Evelyn, lane 4, Allison in lane 5. Closing up, and it's the Hurricanes in lane 4 with Kayla Proman taking the lead. And even with the extra stroke, Hurricanes gets under 2 minutes, 1:59.43. Heat 2. Lane 1, Sea Devils B with Kennedy, Harper, Riley, and Mia. Lane 2, Black Line A with Mia, Morgan, Kate, and Ella. Lane 3, Tuna A with Brynja, Maddie, Micah, and Sabrina. Lane 4, Rochester A with Kayla, Quinn, Madeline, and Kenzie. Lane 5, Velocity A with Abley, Maddie, Elena, and Mira. Lane 6, Great Wolf B with Adeza, Brooke, Felicity, and Allie. Lane 7, Central Minnesota A with Lou, Biak, Riley, and Claire. Lane 8, West Express A with Aubrey, Hemi, Zoe, and Addie. And Rochester and Blackline hitting the water together. Butterflyer for Blackline, Kate McDowell. And for Rochester, Madeline Viers. Anchoring now for Blackline in lane 2, Ellis Schlegel. And in lane 4 for Rochester, Kenzie Brockman. We're ready now for the boys 13-14 200 medley relay. Heat 1. In lane 3, Barracuda A with Eli, Calvin, Patrick, and Lucas. Lane 4, Red Dragon A with Parker, Jackson, Jack, and Nolan. And in lane 5, Hastings A with Hank, George, Jackson, and Riley. And Hastings. Now heat 2. In lane 2 is Velocity Aquatics with Joey, Will, Jacob, and Rio. Lane 3, Riptide B with Elliot, Jackson, Javier, and Tucker. Lane 4, North Star A with Titan, Avery, Calvin, and Levi. Lane 5, North Suburban A with Samuel, Eli, Tyler, and Cooper. Lane 6, Sea Devils B with Micah, Tate, Connor, and Sebastian. Lane 7, Star A with Oliver, Emir, Nick, and Calvin. And a reminder to our 200 butterflyers, following heat 3 of this event, we will take a 5-minute break, 5-minute warm-up period for the flyers coming out of the medley relay. This is Tyler Novak of North Suburban leading the way. He is going to touch for Cooper Lunsford. And a nice finish for Cooper, 151.6 for North Suburban. Heat 3. Lane 1, West Express B with Liam, Asher, Roshan, and Brody. Lane 3, Great Wolf A with Calvin, Owen, Lucas, and Grayson. Lane 3 is Storm A with Rylan, Emmett, Mason, and Adam. Lane 4, Tuna A with Brooks, Ben, Jackson, and Griffin. Lane 5, Lifetime A with Zane, Liam, Drew, and Crosby. Lane 6, Minnetonka B with George, Ryan, Aiden, Clayton. Lane 7, St. Croix B with Everett, Josh, Colin, and Noah. And lane 8, Central Minnesota A with Beckett, Willis, Miles, and Hayden. And remember, Flyers, there'll be a 5-minute break following this heat. And Tuna ripping it up. Pretty sweet butterfly leg for Jackson Wright, 25-12. And this is Griffin Scribner bringing it home for the Tunas. Our next pair of events will be the 11 and 12 age group 200 fly, and as you remember, our 200s are swum as time finals except freestyle. So 200 butterfly is a time final in the 11 and 12 age group, and we will swim our first two heats of girls and our first heat of boys this morning. The two fastest seeded heats will go tonight with the finals. So we are ready now for event 61, the girls 11 and 12 200-yard butterfly. Heat one. In lane 3, Reagan. Lane 4, Hannah. And lane 5, Lauren. And pretty good race here between Hannah and Lauren. They were seated only 0.6 of a second apart. And Lauren pulling away. Both swimmers still going strong, but Lauren found another gear. Heat 2. In lane 1, Addie. Lane 2, Greta. Lane 3, Fiona. Lane 4, Clara. In 5, Addie. Lane 6, Elizabeth. Lane 7, Addie. Another Addie. And lane 8, Britt. At the 100, it's Fiona at 1:15. And Fiona still strong. Elizabeth Myrie, solid, and maybe moving up a little bit is Greta Grusendorf from Blackline, lane 2. And Fiona staying strong. And at 2:37.81. And remember our two final heats, heats 3 and 4, swim tonight with the finals. So next up is the boys, 11 and 12. We have one heat that will swim this morning and 2 tonight. So this is our first heat. To fly, heat 1. Yeah, lane 3 is back. Lane 4, Mason. And lane 5, Will. And Mason In lane 3, St. Croix staying solid here, 50 to go. His best at 2:49, and he could be right about that. And Mason in at a 2:46, and that's a PR for Mason. In fact, PRs across the board. Way to go, guys. Next up will be the girls 13-14. 200 fly. We have 4 heats of prelims. Heat 1. In lane 3, Allison. Lane 4, Liv. Lane 5, Mila. And lane 6, Eloise. Eloise in lane 6, out fast. She came in with a long course meter seat time of 2:50. So she's very likely to go something in the mid to high 220s. And let's say the really low 220s. Terrific 220.25 for Eloise. E2. Lane 1, Tegan. Lane 2, Lydia. Lane 3, Felicity. In 4, Lilia. 5, Savannah. In lane 6, Kate. Lane 7, Greta. And lane 8, Elena. We are into the circle seeds. As you might have detected by the pyramid shape of the swimmers going down the pool, Lilia, our number 3 seed, she has a zone cut time already. And very, very tight with a 25 to go for second in this heat. Second or third in the heat usually is right around the bubble for the top 8. And Lilia, the 2:11.1, very solidly a top 8 time, an A final time. Heat 3. In lane 1, Ileana. Lane 2, Sophie. In 3, Lottie. Lane 4, Alice. Lane 5, Allie. Lane 6, Riley. In 7, Felicity. And lane 8, Eva. .101.5 at the 100 for Alice. And a nice swim going in lane 1 with Ileana. Out in a 102.3. And looks like both Alice and Ileana on their way to like a 2:11, which should comfortably punch their ticket to the A final tonight. And a 2:10.01. There's a 2:11 for Ileana. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Aaron. Lane 2, Lydia. Lane 3, Samantha. In 4, Molly. 5, Anna. 6, Umbra. 7, Morgan. And lane 8, Addie. Lane 4 in the white cap is Molly Mahoney of St. Croix. She's our top seed. She has been a 2:04. And Molly, the 2:07, earns her lane 4 tonight in the A final. Ready now for the boys, 13-14 to fly. Heat 1. In lane 1, George. 2, Crosby. In 3, Oliver. Lane 4, Lucas. In 5, Calvin. Lane 6, Matthew. And lane 7, Jax. And Lucas Wang of Rochester sets the pace, 2:05.3. Next in, Calvin Smith, the Great Wolf, at 209. Heat 2. In lane 1, Rylan. Lane 2, Cade. In 3, Micah. Lane 4, Cooper. Lane 5, Joshua. Lane 6, Levi. In 7, Beckett. And lane 8, Elliott. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13-14 200 butterfly. Second alternate, Aaron O'Connell. First alternate, Morgan Rutherford. Into our B finalists, 16, Greta Peterson. 15, Eloise Bone. 14, Sophie Fritz. 13, Samantha Webster. 12, Anna Lee. 11, Riley Zastro. 10, Ali Gorzik. And 9, Lydia McAuliffe. The A finalists in 8th, Umbra Rinaldi. 7, Kate Mechdel. 6, Savannah Kirchhoff. 5, Felicity Saras. 4, Eliana Gorski. 3rd, Lilia Helmrich. 2nd, Alice Gafke. And our top qualifier with a time of 2:07:04 from St. Croix, Molly Mahoney. The time is 10:41. And this event will close at 11:11. And Cooper cruising in, 2:04. 2:05 for Joshua. Nice time. Those look like candidates for the A final. This event can be really tough in mid-season when you're tired and training, but there's nothing like the feeling of swimming fly when you're rested and suited. And now heat 3. Lane 1, Aiden. Lane 2, Sam. Lane 3, Evan. In 4 is Hudson. Lane 5, Andres. 6, Nico. In 7, Sam Taro. And lane 8, Sam Newman. And a pair of white caps with the Rochester Swim Club logo. In mid-pool, Hudson Brennan out in 57. And Hudson on his way to maybe a 2:02. which should capture lane 4 in the A final. And 2:02.13. His teammate, Andres, 2:07 flat. And that should be an A final time. Our next event is 50 backstroke, girls 11 and 12. Heat 1. In lane 2, Bianca. In lane 3, our para-champion that we met yesterday, Hayden Finisgard. Lane 4, Ella. Lanes 5, Eris. And lane 6, Freya. And a 32-4 for Freya. And Hayden looking to break a 49-7. Going to be close. And there it is, a new personal record for Hayden. This is Heat 2. Lane 1, Zoe. Lane 2, Lena. Lane 3, Addie. Lane 4, Sonia. In 5, Annette. 6, Hadley. Lane 7, Grace. And lane 8, Emma. And Lena with a big time drop, 31.90. Heat 3. Lane 1, Josie. Lane 2, Nia. Lane 3, Addie. In 4, Greta. Lane 5, Taylor. Lane 6, Ellie. 7, Cora. And lane 8, Hazel. A tenth, less than a tenth and a half, separating these seat times. And we had that kind of finish as well. Nia with a nice 31.88. Now Heat 4. We are now circle seated. Lane 1, Jibishana. Lane 2, Stella. Lane 3, Adelaide. Lane 4, with the zone cut time, our third seed, Annie Zeckmeister. Lane 5, Sabrina. Lane 6, Wing Chi. Lane 7, Catalia. And lane 8, Sophie. And Annie, nice 29.23. The best time by over a second. Now heat 5. In lane 1, Vivi. Lane 2, birthday girl Alina. We forgot to mention to Alina that it's required that on her birthday she set a PR, so we'll be watching. Lane 3, Esme. Lane 4, Maya. Lane 5, Riley. In 6, Greta. Lane 7, Olivia. And lane 8, Nicole. And 29.8 for Maya. And Alina, 30.55, and that's a birthday PR. Way to go, Alina. Now heat 6. Lane 1, Lolo. Lane 2, Colette. In 3 is Lucy. Lane 4, Caitlin. Lane 5, Elise. Lane 6, Ileana. Lane 7, Naya. And lane 8, Aspen. Caitlin, our top seed, with the zone cut. And Caitlin, 29.26. Here are the qualifiers for the boys, 13-14, 200 butterflies. Second alternate, Aiden Conley. First alternate, Sam Newman. Our B finalists, 16, Levi Benson. 15, Evan Mathiasen. 14, Jax Irby. 13, Sam Taro. 12, Oliver Schueth. 11, Sam Haugen. 10, Nico Sellinger. And 9, Cade Coleman. Our A finalists, 8, Crosby Simonson. 7, Michael Lazarus. 6, Calvin Smith. 5th, Andres Sereno. 4th, Joshua Mayer. 3rd, Lucas Wang. 2nd, Cooper Stout. And our top qualifier at 2:02.13, Hudson Brennan. The time is 10:53. This event will close at 11:23. And now we move on to the boys 11 and 12, 50 back. He won. Lane 3, Owen. Lane 4, Noah. Lane 5, Ethan. And lane 6, Jimmy. All of these swimmers bring in meter seed times. So we're going to see some competitive swims here in Heat 1. Noah 30.38. Heat 2. In lane 1, Zach. Lane 2, Lachlan. Lane 3, Elliott. Lane 4, Kevin. Lane 5, Ori. Lane 6, our Paris star, Connor Miller. Lane 7, Caleb. And lane 8, Connor Carpenter. And a 32.7 for Ori, and Connor with a PR 34.63. Another great swim and a big string for Connor. Heat 3. In lane 1, Nick. Lane 2, Ike. Lane 3, Chan Chan. 4, Caleb. In 5, Evan. Lane 6, Darren. Lane 7, Cade. And lane 8, Wyatt. Now heat 4. We have Michael, Teo, Jacob, Liam, Paxton, Matthew, Reagan, and Rory. Lanes 1 through 8. We have 8 heats of this event. Popular. And it's going to be fast. And it is Liam with the best touch, 31.55. Now heat 5. Lanes 1 through 8. We have Luke, Paxton, Zach, Flynn, Calvin, Drew, Ryan, and Samuel. And a breakout swim here for Zach Proman of the Hurricanes. Had a couple second drop to a 30.7. And now we're in the circle seeds. This is heat 6. Lanes 1 through 8, we have Nolan, Riley, Keenan, Jackson, Gabe, Taha, Leo, and Eli. Jackson Mon of Red Wing first at the 25. He has had quite a meet. He brings his own cut time of 28.83 into this. This feels like a PR, and there it is, 28.07. Nice swim for Jackson. Heat 7. And top to bottom in heat 7, lane 1, Sloan with CJ, John, Maddox, William, Maxwell, George, and Harry. And 29.09 for Maddox. Heat 8. Top to bottom in heat 8, lane, we have Sam, Connor, Eli, Connor Zuli. Lane 2 was Connor Prefect. Lane 5, Richie with Frank, Joliffe, and TJ. And Connor, 27.29. Here are the qualifiers in the girls, 11 and 12, 50 back. Second alternate, Olivia Willenbring. First alternate, Aspen Jones. The B finalists, 16, Ileana Junkert, tied for 14, Lucy Pedersen and Colette Drill. 13, Naya Nagy. 12, Nicole Chariot. 11, Jibishana Gajantharan. 10th, Greta Gussendorf. 9th, Adelaide Wolf. The A finalists, Esme Hansen. Elena Navidad in 7th. 6th, Sabrina Arnold. 5th, Elise Greiber. 4th, Riley Mornard. 3rd, Maya Mitchell. 2nd, Caitlin Liudal. And our top qualifier going 29.23, Annie Zeckmeister. The time is 11:03. This event will close at 11:33. We are ready now for the girls 13-14. 50 back. Heat 1. In lane 2, Lila. 3, Avery. 4, Kate. 5, Belle Lauren. 6, Bryn. And 7, Emma. Now heat 2. Top to bottom in heat 2, we have Claire, Elena, Lillian, Macy, Lottie, Adeza, Harper, and Aubrey. And Macy, 26.90, that's a PR. Now heat 3. Top to bottom in heat 3, Emery, Maddie, Olivia, Ferris, Finley, Lydia, Brennan, and Rory. And at 26.92, PR for Ferris Martin. Heat 4. Top to bottom in our final heat of 13-14 girls. We have Natalie, Elena, Ali, Mia, Lauren, Mary, Mia, and Kaya. 3 zone cuts already from Ali, Mia, and Lauren. And Mia, 26.89. Going to make for a great final tonight in this event. Our next event now, the boys 13-14, 50 back. Heat 1. Top to bottom, Crosby, Ryland, Liam, Alec, Jackson, Sander, Reagan, and Devin. There's a hot 26.9 for Jackson Ponson out of a meter seat time. Heat 2. In 1 through 8, Sam, Edward, Levi, Max, Torin, Peter, Ryan, and Leighton. 28-1 for Jackson. Another 28 for Ryan. Now heat 3. In the circles now, the 1 through 8, we have Easton, Carter, Calvin, Logan, Tor, Max, Zane, and Jace. And 26:08 for Logan. Heat 4. Lane 1, C. Young with Colin, Oliver, Brooks, Adrian, Eamon, Mason, and Landon. And 26-2 for Brooks. Heat 5. Top to bottom, we have Samuel, Colin, Asher, Elliot, Jacob, Bennett, Wyatt, and Gavin. And Elliot looking strong, 23-22. Nice time for Elliot. And that is a PR for Elliot. Here are the qualifiers now for the boys, 11 and 12, 50 back. Second alternate, Sloan Kropelnicki. First alternate, George Chung. The B finalists, 16, Leo Arcilla. 15, Zach Proman. 13, Ty, Riley Fry, and Frank Singer. 12, Maxwell Lynn. 11, Gabe Whiting. 10, Noah Toran. And 9th, Connor Prefect. The A finalists, 8th, Sam Gens. 7, John Gustafson. 6, William Zhang. 5th, Eli Lazarus. 4th, Maddox Friend. 3rd, Richie Jonathan Bauer. 2nd, Jackson Mon. And our top qualifier going 27-29 this morning, Connor Zuli. The time will be 11:14. And this event will close at 12. I'm sorry, let's make that 11:44. Ready now for event 69. Girls 11 and 12, 100 free. Heat 1. Lane 2, Lana. Lane 3, Lena. Lane 4, Layla. Lane 5, Stella. And lane 6, Hayden. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13, 14, 50 back. Second alternate, Maddie Kersinger. First alternate, Lila Schultz. Our B finalists, 16, Kayla Mingo. 15, Kate Rivers. 13, Fatai for Lottie Smith and Avery Bowman. 12th, Bryn Palmer. 11th, Mia Priscala. 10th, Natalie Murphy. And 9th, Lauren Colbert. Our A finalists, 8th, Allie Baker. 7th, Lillian Bistricki. 6th, Olivia Zhou. 5th, Finley Lawrence. 4th, Mary Bow. 3rd, Ferris Martin. 2nd, Macy Severud. And our top qualifier, swimming at 26.89 this morning, Mia Doolittle. Time is 11:15. This event will close at 11:45. Heat 2. Just have to make a quick note about Heat 1. Hayden Finisgard, our para swimmer in lane 6. She and Connor just keep destroying their personal records. So a PR by 3 seconds for Hayden in the 100 free. Congratulations. Now, here are the swimmers in heat number 2. Lane 1, Holly. In 2, Esme. Lane 3, Gretchen. 4, Vivi. 5, Morgan. 6, Sonia. Lane 7, Fiona. And lane 8, Sophia. And a milestone swim from Morgan. Under a minute for the first time. A 59.76. And we are now in the circle seeds, heat 3. Lane 1, Aria. Lane 2, Elise. Lane 3, Rosalind. Lane 4, Lena. Lane 5, Greta. Lane 6, Taylor. Lane 7, Hazel. And lane 8, Madeline. Rosalind, Lena, Greta, all with zone cuts already. And a nice 56.6 and a PR for Greta. And now heat 4. Lane 1, Cora. Lane 2, Svea. Lane 3, Vivian. In 4, Sabrina. Lane 5, Alina. Lane 6, Catalia. Lane 7, McKenna. And lane 8, Charlie. 3 more zone cut seed times in this heat. And Sabrina turning with a 27-1. That looks like it's going to be a 56 something when that comes around. And there it is, a 56.79, another PR. Now heat 5. Lane 1, Nicole. Lane 2, Annie. Lane 3, Iona. Lane 4, Caitlin. Lane 5, Lila. Lane 6, Adelaide. Lane 7, Harper. And lane 8, Wing Chi. Here are the qualifiers for the boys. 13, 14, 50 back. Second alternate, Wyatt Malman. First alternate, Carter Sukow. Our B finalists, 16, Jace Hansen. 15, Colin Siemens. 14, Samuel Snyder. 13, Mason Kenyon Perry. 12, Oliver Schueth. 11, Max Nemmergut. 10, Calvin Smith. 9, Jackson Ponson. Our A finalists, 8, Eamon Huey. 7, Adrian Sanchez. 6, Brooks Peterson. 5, Asher Bisek. 4, Logan Wolf. 3, Jacob Pulaski. 2, Bennett O'Halloran. And our top qualifier going 23.22, Elliott Leisure. The time is 11:22. And this event will close at 11:52. As we move on now to the boys 11 and 12, 100-yard freestyle. Heat 1. Lane 1, Caleb. Lane 2, Lachlan. Lane 3, Paxton. Lane 4, Joe. Lane 5 is Joe. Lane 6, Connor, having another good swim. And lane 7, with a meter seat time and some outside smoke, is Noah. And Connor Miller with another PR. 105.65. She shaves another half second. Heat 2. Lane 1, Paxton. In 2, Liam. Lane 3, Flynn. Lane 4, Ryan. Lane 5, Charlie. Lane 6, Harry. Lane 7, Gabe. And lane 8, Maxwell. Now heat 3. We're now in the circle seeds. Things are going to get a little interesting here. Lane 1, Capriolo. Lane 2, Teo Taro. Lane 3, Ben. Lane 4, Connor. Lane 5, William. Lane 6, Jackson. Lane 7, George. And lane 8 is Jimmy. And Connor Zuli and Jackson Mon flashing the speed. 54.9 for Connor, PR. Jackson Mon with a big PR, 55.60. Heat 4. In lane 1, Sam. Lane 2, Zach. Lane 3, Taha. Lane 4, Jogi. Lane 5, Keenan. Lane 6, Eli. Lane 7, Jace. And lane 8, Nolan. Jogi and Keenan lifting each other to some good times. 55.6s for both. PR for Keenan. And probably a spot in the A final for both. And now Heat 5. Top to bottom in Heat 5, we've got Eli, Reagan, John, Archer, Maddox, Connor, Luke, and Nick. Here are the qualifiers for event 69. The girls, 11 and 1200 free. Second alternate, McKenna Goldsmith. First alternate, Taylor Higgins. Our B finalists, 16, Morgan Sims. 15, Madeline Kirk. 14, Harper Totman. 13, Adelaide Wolf. 12, Aria Leisinger. 11, Elise Graber. 10, Rosalind Sen. 9, Caitlin Liudall. Our A finalists, 8, Lila Arlek. 7, Elena Navidad. 6, Vivian Vale. 5, Annie Zeckmeister. 4, Lena Gronowski. 3rd, Iona Sykes. 2nd, Sabrina Arnold. And qualifying first at 56.64, Greta Straka. Time is 11:28. Now make it 11:29. And this event will close at 11:59. And we move on to the girls 13, 1400 free. Lane 3, we've got Amelia. In lane 4, Eddie, and lane 5, Gabby. All long course seat times. So we can see some hot numbers here. And Gabby with a nice 56.37. And now heat 2. Lane 2, Lila. Lane 3, Finley. Lane 4, Sabrina. Lane 5, Ellen. Lane 6, Vivi. And lane 7, Emily. And Sabrina with a nice 55.1. That's a PR. PR for Ellen. Heat 3. Lane 1, Mia. Lane 2, Allie. Lane 3, Grace. Lane 4, Emily. In 5, Kayla. Lane 6, Brynja. Lane 7, Estelle. And lane 8, Emery. This is our last heat before things get really salty with the circle seeds. And we've got a little outside smoke over there. Aquajets, Emery Phillips. And in the near side, Mia Priscala. 55 for Mia, 56.1 for Emery. And now heat 4. And now the circle seeds you've heard so much about. Lane 1, Kendall. Lane 2, Harper. Lane 3, Lillian. Lane 4, Paige. Lane 5, Aria. Lane 6, Olivia. Lane 7, Amelia. And lane 8, Charlotte. Our top 20 swimmers in this event, all with zone cuts. And Paige Turnbow, sweet 53.43. And that will jump to the top of the leaderboard for right now. Heat 5. Lane 1, McKenna. Lane 2, Mia. Lane 3, Ferris. Lane 4, Iris. Lane 5, Lilu. Lane 6, Maddie. Lane 7, Julia. And lane 8, Natalie. Iris has been a 51.8. She is seated 1/100th of a second behind Sophia, who you will meet in the next heat. But Iris getting after it, 52.2. And suddenly going to get crowded on the leaderboard. Now heat 6. Lane 1, Catherine. Lane 2, Anna. Lane 3, Claire. Lane 4, Sophia. Lane 5, Molly. Lane 6, Isla. Lane 7, Addie. And lane 8, Izzy. Here are the qualifiers for the boys 11 and 1200 free. Second alternate is Noah Toran. First alternate, Nolan Mitchell. Our B finalists: 16, Jace Obelman, tied for 14th, Connor Perfect and George Chung. 13th, Ben Rano. Second, Eli Lazarus. 11th, Taha Adeliaglu. 10th, Sam Gens. And 9th, Maddox Friend. Our A finalists: 8, Eli Hitchings. 7, William Zhang. 6, John Gustafson. 5th, Keenan McKim. 4, Jogi Egbers. 3rd, Jackson Mon. 2nd, Connor Zuli. And our top qualifier going to 54.87, Archer Hauges. The time is 11:37, and this event will close at 12:07. Moving on now to event 72, boys 13-14, 100 free. Heat 1. Lane 1, Brooks. Lane 2, Matthew. Lane 3, Emerson. Lane 4, Cooper. Lane 5, Carter. Lane 6, Owen. In 7, Asher. And lane 8, Parker. All three boys' heats are now circle seated. So Cooper, our number 3 seed in the event, a 50.6. Nice 51.5 for Brooks. 50.8 for Asher of West Express. Heat 2. Lane 1, Xander. Lane 2, Patrick. Lane 4, Adrian. Lane 5, Augie. Lane 6, Jackson. Lane 7, Colin. Lane 8, Devin. Adrian and Augie lifting each other here. The zone cut of 51.09. And we will likely see a batch of those in the finals. Pretty talented field here. Adrian, the 50.8, very close to his PR. And we do have a PR for Augie, Wynn Inglesby. And now heat 3. Lane 1, Logan. Lane 2, Nico. Lane 3, Mason. Lane 4, Grayson. Lane 5, Liam. 6 is Oliver. In 7, Logan. And lane 8, Evan. Grayson, our top seed. We got some serious outside smoke over here in lane 1. Riptide's Logan Wolf out pretty hot, 24-2. Logan McCauley of Monticello's got a nice one going. So did Nico Sellinger, and holy cow, 50.6, 50.5, 50.6. Now the girls 11 and 12, 200 back, time final, heat 1. And as with all of our non-freestyle 200s, this is a time final for the 11, 12-year-olds. And our first 2 heats will swim this morning. Our 2 fastest seeded heats will swim with the finals tonight. So swimming this morning in lane 2, Layla Sheets. Lane 3, Lyric Berry. Lane 4, Claire Mance. Lane 5, Janie Novak. Lane 6, Nora Ferris. And lane 7, Kinsey Jacobson. Leading at the 100 with the 121 is Kinsey Jacobson. Kinsey's seed time, a meter time. Kinsey celebrated the birthday this weekend. Fun to see Red Wing swimmers having a good meet. Those of you on the live stream following along from Red Wing, after the prelims, you're going to have to go down to the river and watch the Angela Kay, the first towboat through Lake Pepin, pass through Red Wing on her way to lock number 2, or 3 rather. But right now, it's Kinsey Jacobson with the 247.57. And now heat 2. Lane 1, Esther. Lane 2, McKenna. Lane 3, Mackenzie. Lane 4, Holly. Lane 5, Leah. In 6, Aubrey. Lane 7, Fiona. And lane 8, Catalia. Here are the qualifiers for the girls 13-1400 free. Second alternate, Mia Priscala. First alternate, Kendall Hagan. Our B finalists, 16, Natalie Christ. 15, Catherine Deeb. 14, Julia Rudebush. 13, Sabrina Shrestha. 12, Amelia Schultz. 11, Mia Doolittle. 10, Anna Yoder. 9, Isla Egbers. Our A finalists, 8th, Lillian Bistricki. 7th, Lilu Thompson. 6th, Claire Kilgard. 5th, Ferris Martin. 4th, Sophia Krakowski-Gonzalez. 3rd, Molly Mahoney. 2nd, Paige Turnbow. And our top qualifier with a morning time of 52.25 from Riptide, Iris Povalny. The time is 11:47. This event will close at 12:17. Here are the qualifiers in the boys 13-1400 free. Second alternate, Jackson Ponson. First alternate, Mason Zobrak. 16 in the B final, Oliver Schuett. 15, Parker Lehrman. 14, Emerson Lanza. 13, Matthew Farnsworth. 12, Liam Peterson. 11, Brooks Peterson. 10, Carter Sukow. And 9, Augie Wynn Inglesby. The A finalists, 8th, Logan McCauley. 7, Owen Mitchell. 6, Asher Mornard. 5th, Adrian Sanchez. 4th, Grayson Ludall. 3rd, Cooper Stout. 2nd, Logan Wolf. And our top qualifier at 50.56, Nico Sellinger. The time is 11:48, and this event will close at 12:18. We are now moving on to the boys 11 and 12 200-yard breaststroke time final. Heat 1. In lane 2, Ryan Hofer. Lane 3, Austin Wright. Lane 4, Ben Bello. 5, AJ Van Kirk. Lane 6, Jacob Schnobrick. And lane 7, Nick Millard. And a couple of nice times and nice time drops. PR City here in the middle of the pool. Heat 2. In lane 1, Trip. Lane 2, Theo. Lane 3, Michael. Lane 4, Rodrigo. Lane 5, Wyatt. Lane 6, Brandon. Lane 7, Adam. And lane 8, Tristan. And out to a very enthusiastic start is Adam in lane 7. Adam maintaining that terrific pace. So often when you go out that fast, you may experience moderate to severe symptoms of discomfort due to lack of oxygen. But he's going like the Energizer Bunny over there. And Adam at 2:43.03. 12-second drop. Nice swim, Adam. And our last two heats, our top two seeded heats, will swim at the finals, which means we move on to event 75, the girls 13-14 200-yard breaststroke. Heat 1. In lane 3, we have Josie, lane 4, Jenna, and lane 5, Grace. And coming on strong here, Josie Lowe. Nice second half for Josie. And a nice new yard seed time for Josie at 37.4. Grace with a very nice 240 and a 243 for Jenna as we convert meters to yards for these three girls. Now heat 2. In lane 1, Mila. Lane 2, Kendall. Lane 3, Nora. In 4 is Emmy. Lane 6, let's start over. Mila's in 2, Kendall in 3, Nora in 4. Lane 5 is Emmy. Lane 6, Amelia. Lane 7, Nora. And I am half asleep. This is Nora, again converting a long course seed time into a yard best time of 2:32.6. And the other Nora, Hurricanes Nora Valkovich, 2:34.47. Now heat 3. Lane 1, Hazley. Lane 2, Maya. Lane 3, Una. Lane 4, Riley. Lane 5, Izza. Lane 6, Quinn. Lane 7, Estelle. And lane 8, Maddie. Wiley and Izza are two leaders, both with zone cuts and seeds in the 20s. The zone cut is a 2:30.09. And Izza from Great Wolf got a shot with a really good last 50. Maybe, just maybe. And a couple of nice swims as Una and Riley lift each other. Izza very close to that zone cut. We'll get that tonight. Quinn also very close. Heat 4. In lane 1, Lillian. Lane 2, Samantha. Lane 3, Liv. Lane 4, Eliana. Lane 5, Anna. Lane 6, Brooke. Lane 7, Catherine. And lane 8, Constance. Ileana out in a 109. And the time to beat so far, as you can see up on the leaderboard, 2:25. Ileana has been a 2:23. So she may just swim to get comfortably in the finals. And remember that zone cut, 2:30.09. And there's our fastest qualifying time so far, 2:33.6. 2:29.95 for Liv. And that is a zone cut for Liv Olchenbruns. Congratulations, Liv. Brand new zone cut. Now heat 5. In lane 1, Felicity. Lane 2, Caitlin. In 4, our top seed, Maddie. Lane 5, Also with his zone cut coming in, Sydney. Lane 7, Emerson. Lane 7, Olivia. And lane 8, Brennan. Your attention, swimmers and coaches. The diving well is now open for cool down and warm up. I'm sorry, the diving well is not open yet. Misinformation. And a 23 and a 24 for Maddie and Sydney, comfortably into the A final. Our next event, the boys 13-14, 200 breaststroke. He won. Lane 3, Jacob. Lane 4, Harrison. And lane 5, Will. Okay, swimmers and coaches, you'll notice that we're getting the lane lines into the diving well. And we will be fully opening the diving well for you. For those swimmers coming in for the 1650s to have a little more room to warm up. But please be respectful of the lifeguards doing their work. And we will have a 5-minute break, obviously at the end of heat 5 of this event. And coaches and volunteers, lunch is served. And a couple of Velocity Aquatic swimmers here with long course seed times, and they are going to have very nice short course seed times. 2:26.50 for Jacob Yarger and a 28:90 for Will Floater. Harrison in a win it to swim it, and very close to his PR. Now heat 2. Lane 1, Remy. Lane 2, Jakey. Lane 3, Jax. Lane 4, Oliver. Lane 5, Cooper. Lane 6, Matthew. And lane 7, Oliver. This is heat 3. First of our circle seated heats. And lane 1 we have Zach. Lane 2, Leighton. Lane 3, Emerson. Lane 4, Ben. Lane 5, Everett. Lane 6, Jack. Lane 7, Lucas. And lane 8, another Lucas. Both from Aquajets. No relation. 7 is Lucas Carr, and lane 8, Lucas Jones. Here are the qualifiers for the girls, 13-14, 200 breast. Second alternate, Felicity Saris. First alternate, Emerson Borgschatz. Our B finalists, 16, Nora Valkovich. 15, Maya Pai. 14, Hazley Johnson. 13, Nora Behrens. 12, Anna Lee. 11, Caitlin Dolliver. 10th, Brooke Lind. And 9th, Isa Mork. Our A finalists, Samantha Lammers in 8th. 7th, Quinn Barone. 6th, Lee Vilchenbruns. 5th, Una Nelson. 4th, Riley Zastro. 3rd, Sydney Edwards. 2nd, Eliana Gorski. And our top qualifier with a 2:23.48 from St. Croix, Maddie Mathiasen. Time is 12:18. This event will close at 12:48. And Ben Nowak of Tuna cracks the 2:20. That's a PR for Ben. And now heat 4. In lane 1, Elias. Lane 2, Leon. In 3, Tucker. Lane 4, Liam. Lane 5, Grayson. Lane 6, Max. Lane 7, Milo. And lane 8, Galen. Liam, our number 2 seed, currently just a shoulder behind Grayson Ludall of Minnetonka. And both swimmers on track for about a 21. The zone cut is a 2:17. And if they can go 21, not all out this morning, a real good shot at the zone cut tonight in the finals. And 2:20.2 for Liam, a 21.9 for Grayson. And now heat 5. Lane 1, Si-Young Park. Lane 2, Emmett. Lane 3, Phillip. Lane 4, our top seed. And with a zone cut is Hudson. Lane 5, Max. Lane 6, Willis. Lane 7, another Max. This one's Max Nemergut. Earlier we met Max Stokes. And lane 8 is Ian. And Hudson popping along pretty good. Hudson has been at 2:11.7. Just in case you are wondering about the futures time standards, 2:07.99. And that is a big boy time for sure. Hudson going to have a very comfortable 2:12.89 to grab a hold of lane 4 on the leaderboard tonight, or on the A final tonight. And the official time is 2:24. We'll take a 5-minute break, so 2:29 for the start of event 77. The girls 11 and 12 200-yard freestyle relay. Again, 2:29 as a Central Daylight Time. Coaches, last call for time trials. Last call for time trials. Time trials will be held after all heats of the 1650, around 2:40. So if you want to hang and some time trials, those requests need to be in like really right now. Last call. And we're about 20 seconds away for the girls 11 and 12 200-yard freestyle relay, event 77. And here we go, event 77, girls 11 and 12, 200 freak relay. He won. In lane 2, Red Wing, A with Kinsey, Everly, Ellie, and Ainsley. Lane 3, Hurricanes, B with McKinley, Natalie, Zoe, and Clara. Lane 4, Sims, B with Jivishana, Mackenzie, Emma, and Nima. Lane 5, Rochester, B with Alice, Nora, Bianca, and Maya. Lane 6, South Metro Storm, A with Liliana, Nora, Ella, and Maddox. And lane 7 is Hastings, A with Annette, Charlotte, Peyton, and Natalie. And Red Wing with a little bit of a lead, being chased closely by Sims and Hastings. And this is Ainsley Hansen in the water for Red Wing, pulling away from the field. And Red Wing, a 157.77. Heat 2. In lane 1, West Express B with Olivia, Ileana, Leah, and Avery. Lane 2, Velocity A with Alina, London, Eris, and Evie. Lane 3, Tuna A with Ileana, Colette, Grace, and Sonia. Lane 4, the Min Flyers A with Sophia, Ruby, Elle, and Vivi. Lane 5, North Suburban A with Vivian, Maya, Lucy, and Clara. Lane 6, Edina B with Cajo, Isla, Esther, and Jane. Lane 7, North Star A with Aubrey, Sloan, Kue, and Dorianne. Lane 8, Sea Devils A with Britt, Bryn, Haley, and Josie. Here are the qualifiers in the boys 13-14, 200 breaststroke. Second alternate, Will Floater. First alternate, Milo Thadden. Our B finalists, 16, Lucas Carr. 15, Ian Rafe. 14, Max Nemergut. 13, Leon Yuan. 12, Max Stokes. 11, Jacob Yarger. 10, Tucker Case. And 9, Max Devitt. The A finalists in 8th, Jack McCool. 7, Philip Simmering. 6, Emerson Lanza. 5th, Everett Sanders. Fourth, Grayson Ludahl. Third, Liam Peterson. Second, Ben Nowak. And our top qualifier going at 2:12.89 this morning, Brennan Hudson. The time is 12:33. This event will close at 1:03. And the heats 3 and 4 of this event will swim with the finals. And so we move to event 78, boys 11 and 12, 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1. In lane 3, Red Wing A with Phoenix, Jay, Kellen, and Jackson. Lane 4, Sea Devils A with Noah, Jackson, Henry, and Rory. Lane 5, Lifetime A with Max, Teddy, Elias, and Levi. And Sea Devils in the water first. This is Rory Lee anchoring for the Sea Devils. Lane 5, Levi Torgerson. And giving chase in lane 3, Jackson Mon. Heat 2. In lane 1, Riptide B with Matthew, Michael, JJ, and Darren. Lane 2, Sam's B with Jaden, Grayson, Michael, and Matthew. Lane 3, Tuna B with Ethan, Will, Lachlan, and Henrik. Lane 4, Great Wolf A with Nicholas, Nolan, Isaac, and Drew. Lane 5, Fox Jets B with Eli, Tripp, Grant, and Riley. Lane 6, West Express B with Elliot, Cooper, Crosby, Bastion. Lane 7, Hurricanes B with Caleb, Blake, Graham, and Evan. Lane 8, Tiger Sharks A with Nick, Luke, Jack, and Ryan. And Great Wolf in the water first. Drew Gorzek bringing it home for Great Wolf. And Great Wolf with a nice 151. Next up will be the girls 13-14. 200 freestyle relay time final. He won. Lane 1, Hastings A. Aubriella. Lane 2, North Star A. With Britta, Lydia, Addison, and Marin. Lane 3, Sams A. With Elena, Aubrey, Allison, and Emma. Lane 4, Sea Devils B with Mia, Harper, Emerson, and Riley. Lane 5, Rochester B with Eloise, Amelia, Hadley, and Kayla. Lane 6, Monticello A with Kendall, Eiley, Marin, and Alyssa. 7, Wright County with Paige, Lydia, Brooke, and Estelle. And a nice 27 flat for Emerson board shots. Brings the Sea Devils right into the mix. And Riley Sumstead anchoring for the Sea Devils. And Riley with a nice 25-8. And the Sea Devils post a 46-53. And now heat 2. Lane 1, we have West Express A with Eddie, Nadia, Vera, and Zoe. Lane 2, Great Wolf B with Adeza, Felicity, Allie, and Brooke. Lane 3, Blackline A with Kate, Morgan, Ella, and Mia. Lane 4, Rochester A with Madeline, Vivian, Quinn, and Kenzie. Lane 5, Central Minnesota A with Lou, Riley, Blake, and Claire. Lane 6, Velocity with Maddie, Mira, Abili, and Elena. Lane 7, Edina B with Scarlett, Constance, Greta, and Elena. Lane 8, Hurricanes B with Nora, Avery, Olivia, and Ariana. And here comes Central Minnesota. Claire Kilgard, 24-44. Blackline's Mia Doolittle with a 29-41. Next up, boys 13-14. 200 free relay, time final. Heat 1. In lane 3, Hastings A with Jackson, George, Hank, and Riley. Lane 4, St. Croix B with Jack, Everett, Noah, and Josh. Lane 5, Star A with Emir, Oliver, Nick, and Calvin. And Jackson and George combine to give Hastings about a body length lead, but look out for Noah Bassett of St. Croix. And Hastings and St. Croix drop anchor together. This is Josh Brassis for St. Croix in the white cap. Riley Johnson for Hastings in the red cap. And closing in the black cap up in lane 5, Calvin Colton. Heat 2. In lane 2, Red Dragon A with Jack, Jackson, Parker, and Nolan. Lane 3, Sea Devils B with Tate, Micah, Sebastian, and Connor. Lane 4, North Star A with Titan, Calvin, Levi, and Avery. Lane 5, Riptide B with Philip, Javier, Jackson, and Ben. Lane 6, Central Minnesota A with Beckett, Willis, Miles, and Hayden. Lane 7, Barracuda A with Patrick, Calvin, Lucas, and Eli. And Barracuda's lighting it up over in lane 7. Eli Bavir in the water for the Barracudas. And the Barracudas 144.6. And now heat 3. And remember that our 2 fastest seeded heats will swim with the finals tonight. So this is our last splash of the morning before the miles. Lane 1, West Express B with Liam, Brody, Camden, and Austin. Lane 2, Sems A with Tor, Elias, Lucas, and Torin. Lane 3, North Suburban A with Tyler, Cooper, Eli, and Samuel. Lane 4, Great Wolf A with Owen, Grayson, Lucas, and Calvin. Lane 5, Tuna A with Griffin, Ian, Sam, and Brooks. Lane 6, South Metro Storm A with Mason, Rylan, Emmett, and Adam. Lane 7, Lifetime A with Zane, Crosby, Drew, and Liam. And Lane 8, Velocity Aquatics with Jacob, Will, Rio, and Maxwell. And a tight one here, North Suburban. Anchoring was Samuel Snyder, Calvin Smith for Great Wolf, and Adam Domgalski for Storm. And 2/100ths of a second give North Suburban the heat win, but both posting nice 138s. We will start with our first heats of the 1650 at 1:05 p.m.